get stomped and you get sent home. Very disappointed.
Well, hello, wrestling fans. I'm Mud Puppet Joel. He is Mud Puppet Ryan. Of course, we're the Mud Puppets. We'll see who will answer Bry Sullivan's open challenge. Oh, and Ryan, you know that music.
It's Willie! Sweet Willie Watts, Joel.
That is Sweet Willie Watts. And fans, we want to apologize. We've been away for a few weeks, but things have just been crazy here at Mud Puppet Studios, of course, but there's plenty of wrestling coming your way.
Yeah, lots of great matches sure to come down the pipeline, and one of them right here, Joel. I'm looking forward to this. Sweet Willie, obviously a huge size disparity here, but Willie just knows how to get it done. He has beaten bigger men in the past.
Look, Willie Watts will be the first one to tell you size does not matter.
Wow, Bry Sullivan may have something to say about that one.
Well, it's Willie and Bry Sullivan locked up on May 18th. And Willie Watts looking to make a name for himself, of course, coming off a recent feud with MCWA heavyweight champion Mark Joka, in which Willie technically defeated Mr. Joka, and then the decision was overturned, so you can't sell Willie short in this matchup.
You have to wonder, Joel, is the relation between Mark Joka and Bry Sullivan both being managed by Jonathan PRESLEY, is that maybe why Willie Watts chose to come out here and accept this open challenge?
Could be. Willie has been a thorn in PRESLEY and PRESLEY's client sides for some time now. Willie always with the mind games, blowing Mr. Sullivan a kiss there.
But can you get into the mind of Bry Sullivan? He's so blank and expressionless. He really is just like a serial killer or something when he gets in there. He just nonstop goes right after a guy and tries to hurt him.
I'll give it to you. I think that remains to be seen. Just showed up on the MPW scene with Jonathan PRESLEY earlier this year. I think it was around February. So, yes, it remains to be seen if you can use the mind games against him successfully. But if anyone can do it, I've got to say it's Sweet Willie Watts.
Well, Willie Watts, that's his specialty. He tries to get under the guy's skin, tries to play on perhaps some of the prejudices that you might find in a person. But Bry Sullivan back into the corner, and there's no prejudice against power when you're in the ring. That is often the be-all, end-all of a match. But Willie using his speed there, nice move to get up under that big punch.
He's going to have to just shove to the mat there. You know what? Willie Watts, as I've watched in recent years, throwing some fists here, he is a very underrated. Oh, going for a setup for his finisher very quickly there. In my opinion, very underrated and overlooked by some of his opponents because of some of his behavior. But another part of his game, as he goes into the pinfall here, Bry Sullivan breaks it up. I believe his speed is very underrated, and he'll definitely need to rely on it in this match against Bry Sullivan.
I agree with that. Bry Sullivan throwing him down like he's Doma there.
PRESLEY, as always, barking on the outside. Now Sullivan getting in the face of the official. That's never a smart strategy.
Oh, Willie firing away at him. Nice shot by Willie. Willie's really laying him in there against Bry.
I think Willie recognizes the opportunity.
Dropped him right on his head there, Joel. You saw Willie Watts just, he's a little bit out of it. He's a little bit shaken up now.
Gotta give a lot of credit to Willie Watts for accepting this open challenge. Nobody has been able to put a dent in the armor of Bry Sullivan thus far.
No, they have not. That big knee right into the chest cavity and into the cover. Yeah, Bry Sullivan has really not shown much weakness in the ring. He's a big, strong, mean guy, and he has not shown any particular ability for an opponent to really do a lot of damage or to cause a lot of pain to him.
No, we've not really seen anybody push Bry Sullivan to the limit thus far. Really trapped in the corner here. Sullivan driving his shoulder into the abdomen.
Right in our faces here, and you can sort of feel that shoulder nailing and tosses him across the ring. Sweet Willie in big trouble here. Bry Sullivan playing up to the crowd now, seeing how they think about it. Crowd solidly behind Willie Watts, though, as they always are.
As long as you're running with Jonathan PRESLEY, the crowd's not going to be on your side.
Well, and I think that's a travesty. Look at that. He's trying to help Willie off.
He's clearly choking him.
I think he slipped.
I don't know what lens that you see these things through.
He slipped off the canvas. I don't get why the fans are so against Jonathan Presley. One of the best young managers in all of wrestling. His clients win titles, Joel. They win big matches. I mean, come on.
I believe it's for the fans how they go about their business.
Well, I suppose that's true.
Really trying to give it right back to Bry, but I hate to use the term, but a little limp-wristed.
A little limp-wristed, I think, is a fair statement there.
Oh, and now Willie is just playing a little bit of possum there, and he
really suckered him in. Well,
did he now?
You are taking my words out of context completely.
But Sullivan didn't think anything was funny or cute about it and whipped Willie right back into the corner and now back in control.
Just a remorseless fighting machine is this Bry Sullivan. That knee crushed the side of Willie's face.
Pin 1-2, and Willie still fights out. You know, fans, is a little hiatus we had for a couple of weeks. We've been very busy. Of course, in Mud Puppet Stews, we're at the local Wyandotte Street Art Fair. We started our own cable access show, and we had our first guest, which of course was Big Bubba Luscious, and you can watch that right here on YouTube, titled From the Muddy Hills. We'll have a link posted up at the end of the match, as we usually do.
Yeah, very illuminating look inside of Big Bubba and his history in the business and how he got into promoting shows and being the Big Bubba Luscious that you get to see every week on the PWL.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, the interview.
Bubba really opened up, and here's a cover and a bit of a lackadaisical cover there by the big man. I'm a little surprised to see that from Bry Sullivan.
Well, yeah, he takes a lot of orders from Jonathan Presley. I wouldn't be surprised if, Presley's a showboat.
Presley does like to show off for the fans. It's part of his signature style. That's why he wears those lovely clothing, the lovely fashions that he wears, the audacious facial hair. It's all to stand out and to draw in women, too, Joel. You would not believe the women that surround this young man.
You're right, I wouldn't.
As
a slap by Willie.
No one would. Big slap by Willie and Bry Sullivan. Ooh, a jawbuster.
Now Willie perhaps turning the tide here, and I gotta say, maybe Bry Sullivan getting a little win. I don't know if anybody has taken him this deep into a matchup.
Well, Willie raising the straps there in a way, and really leaning into Bry and up in the chest with a butt bump.
Willie's signature maneuvers, and down to the mat. This thing could be over. Willie can secure the 1-2-3 right here. Sullivan kicks right out immediately.
And that's what I mean about the remorseless part of this Bry Sullivan. You just can't keep this guy down. There he is on his feet again.
And right into the writing on the wall, and that is gonna be it for Willie. 1, 2, and 3. Well, folks, once again, we are the Mud Puppets. We encourage you to join us every week for new matches. And check out our website, mudpuppets.com, where we do sketch comedy. Find us here on YouTube. Once again, from the Muddy Hills, our first in-studio episode. We will see you next week.